This is your friendly reminder that immigration without assimilation is invasion. Got it?
That's all she said.
What? So Piers had her on over a 6-second clip, and then who's this dork?
This guy is some leftist Brian Shapiro.
The term viral is chronically overused, but there's no question it applies to Priya Patel, the conservative influencer whose video on immigration has been viewed 30 million times this week so far.
Where was this viewed?
Look at how many views it had on X.
Oh,
30
What
million.
Well, the problem with viral clips, of course, is that you never know if the 6-second sensation can back up their hubris on the big stage. Joining me now are Priya Patel, the aforementioned
daughter of
influencer,
Kash Patel,
hero, host of Pushing the Limits. So first of all, Brian Shapiro just got a huge kickback. This very short video, it's gone hugely viral, obviously. The main sort of issue that people have had with this is that Priya Patel is basically lecturing people about immigration in the United States, but is called Priya Patel and therefore presumably has a heritage which might be in conflict with the statement. What's your view of it?
My issue is look at all the white nationalists that were commenting, and she knows this, on her social media pages. That's what's concerning to me, the hatred and the white nationalists that are commenting there. That would be issue number one. Issue number two for me, listen, I have no problem with people learning the language and, taking some classes and learning the history of America and culture. I have no problem with that at all. But what I want in this country, and I think what most people want in this country, is diversity as well. I don't know a lot about her family, but in my opinion, a lot of her views and a lot of the stuff that she talks about would lead to her never being born in this country to begin with. And I think that's where she's getting some of the pushback. Listen,
wait, did she say no diversity, or did she say you need to assimilate?
That's exactly what she said. Immigration without assimilation.
Without assimilation is invasion.
Some of the hateful comments that she's received, but like I said, there's a lot of comments on her social media and a lot of white nationalists. That's very concerning to me, Piers, and I have a serious problem with that. And that's not culture of America.
Right, but where were your parents from? Are they from the United States or somewhere else?
My mother is from the United States. My father immigrated here as a young boy and from England, actually, not from India.
Okay. So he's English.
Yeah,
why don't you go back to where you're from if you don't like our idea? Oh, wait. Huh.
Is your father part Indian, or what's his background?
my father is full Indian.
He's full Indian. So your father's Indian. Your mother is American, or is she? What is she? What's her
American, yes.
And what's her ethnicity?
On my mother's side, I have ancestry date. Mixed European. She's a half German, quarter English, and then the rest is mixed European. But aside from that, I mean, I have ancestry on my mother's side of her family dating back to the 1700s in the United States. So
okay, so I'm only just trying to clarify.
Oh, am I not allowed to be here, Piers? Boom.
I shouldn't be here.
Not much is known about your family, but a lot of people will say, so your father was an Indian Indian immigrant from Uganda into the UK. How does that sit with you saying what you said? Because your
Piers
friend
can't be this stupid, can he?
Assimilation is invasion.
It's very easy, Piers, because what she's saying is not that any immigration is invasion. What she's saying is immigration without assimilation is invasion. In fact, you have quoted it several times now, and you should be understanding that what you are saying here is complete stupidity and nonsense, right? And
I mean, did your father invade the UK?
No.
Look at this idiot.
Yeah, this smug little dork. I can't stand.
Brian
Why?
Shapiro is like, why are talk shows and TVs and stuff like that overrun with complete idiots, with imbeciles? Why is this the case?
I mean, did your father invade the UK?
No, of course not. But there is a personal duty on the part of immigrants to assimilate to the culture of the country that they are blessed enough to come to, especially when it comes to, of course, that sort of situation. But honestly, anybody that is blessed enough to come to the United States in particular.
I mean, Brian, look, that is an argument. People say if you come to a country from another place and you refuse to assimilate in any way and want to just stay out of the society and
oh wait, now Piers understands what she actually said. Now he will get it right from now on. Very, very good.
Culture that you've come into, that people shouldn't tolerate that. What's your view of that argument?
Completely disagree with that. And in my personal opinion, I think in a way it's a bigoted view. You can come to this country and you could learn about our culture. I have no problem with that. But that doesn't mean you have to abide by our cultures and what we do. The idea that people should be forced after they come to this country to do exactly what American U.S. citizens tell them to do
Did she at any point say that people should be forced to be exactly like Americans when they come here? This is so retarded.
is absolutely absurd. And for somebody to say, you must do this or you must do that, that's against everything the United States of America stands for.
Oh, cool, because she never said that.
Just to be clear, when you say not all cultures are equal, which cultures, in your view, are inferior?
I mean, quite a few, to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit
Sure,
here and
which
call
ones?
out people's specific cultures.
Well,
However,
which ones? Which cultures?
mean,
are,
Why
Say
not?
it. Say it.
yeah.
Say it.
sure, fine. Afghanistan would be a good example.
You will never guess Pierce's reaction to this.
That's a country, not a culture. Cultures
mean-
are,
Why
He
not?
wants her to say
Oh, no.
Islam. He wants her to say
which
Islam.
ones?
doesn't he?
Sure.
It is entirely okay, both colloquially and in academia, to refer to a specific country as a culture,
Yeah.
because you are specifically referring to the culture that is in that country.
Well, of course, the culture that comes from Afghanistan. We can talk about the Muslim culture.
so you think the Muslim culture is an inferior culture?
In a lot of ways, yes.
Wow.
It's just so ridiculous, Piers.
Okay.
This is so
Why is this ridiculous? She is absolutely right. She is absolutely correct. Muslim culture is inferior. It's an inferior.
It's totally inferior.
That doesn't mean all Muslims are inferior.
when you take an entire group of people and say they are lesser than us.
Did she say that? They haven't represented her correctly in any single thing that she said.
That is pure bigotry.
You're a Christian, I understand. Is that right?
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
So,
and
where
if you
does
would let
this
me
sit-
clarify
where does this
exactly
sit
what I
with
said.
as a fellow Christian, well, hang on. As a fellow Christian, I
Sure.
thought the teachings were quite clear that all men are created equally.
What a
And she
freaking
never
idiot.
contradicted that, you freaking.
And by the way, all men are created equal. That's that's the Declaration of Independence, not a quote from Christianity.
Kristen, did you watch? I don't know if either of you watched the entirety of that video where I was talking about culture. I specifically did state that all people are created equal under the eyes of God and the law, of course. However, we do have a society that we're supposed to uphold here in America, and like you, Piers, in England, right? You don't want a lot of foreign invaders coming into your country and completely causing the collapse of your society and of your country. If people are blessed enough to come to America,
So would you,
or come to
out of
England,
interest,
they
to
do have
stop this invasion, as you put it, would you deport,
Absolutely correct. And shame on you for cutting her off. Look at this stupid
as you
question.
put it, would you deport all foreigners from the United States?
Where would you get
No,
that?
I would not
idea?
deport all foreigners from the United States. I would certainly deport all of the illegal foreigners that are here in the United States.
It is completely pointless to go on Pierce Morgan.
It's